Hello everyone. Welcome you all for the new course SQL database. Okay, this is lecture 1 overview of the course. Means today we are going to see what is the overview of the course. Means what are the key points we are going to learn in this particular subject SQL database. Okay, means what is the syllabus? What are the contents? Okay, what we are going to learn. Apart from the syllabus, we have to see what are the prerequisite requirements. Means before learning the subject, what knowledge we should have, what type of software we should have, a system we should have. Okay, there are various parameters. What are the learning objectives? Means what is the outcome of if we learn the subjects. Okay, so what is the course objective? What is the course outcome? And there are very different things. Means like what type of software requirements, hardware requirements, and what is the importance of learning these subjects. If you don't know the importance, then how you will learn? Okay, first, the main target should be decided first. Then we can overcome that. Okay, if you don't have the target, then how you will learn that? Similarly, if before learning the subject, we should know the importance of the subject. If you don't know the importance, you don't know the outcomes, then how you will learn? So, what is the prerequisite requirement? What is the importance, and what are the advantages of the particular subject that we will going to see here? So let's start now. Okay. And then my mouse is, I guess, not moving. Sorry for this delay. So these are the outlines. Outlines, outlines for this particular lecture. Outlines means what we are going to cover in today's lecture 1. So we'll first see what are the course prerequisite subjects. These course prerequisite requirements. Okay? And then we will see brief overview of the syllabus, means the contents, okay? Critical points, what we are going to learn. Course objective means what is the main motive behind this subject, what is the outcome for you, what you will learn after this subject, the reference books or reference materials, and the requirement of the software. So these are the outlines today we are going to cover. Okay. So course prerequisite. Pre means prior. Requisite means a type of requirements. Okay. See, pre means prior of any. Pre is pre and post. Pre is prior and post means future. So pre means before anything. And requisite means requirements. So course prerequisite means course prior knowledge, course prior requirement. Okay. So these are the prerequisite means we should have the basic knowledge of programming. See, SQL database means we are going to learn some programming. Okay. And programming can be of different types: C, C++, Python, C#, Java, okay, SQL. But the logic is always same in all the languages, only difference of syntax and everything. Like you're going to write some program and there is a term syntax, okay, and you don't know what is the meaning of syntax, right? It will be difficult for you because you don't know the meaning of syntax. Syntax means what do you mean by keywords? Keywords we will learn as what are the SQL keyword, what are the SQL syntax. But you should know the meaning of syntax, meaning of keywords, meaning of code, meaning of variable, meaning of operators. We'll learn here different types of SQL operator like arithmetic operator, like assignment operators, boolean operators. Okay, there are various types of operators, but you should know the meaning of operators. If you don't know the meaning of operators, how you will learn? You will learn here SQL syntax. I'll say, I'll explain you SQL syntax, but you don't know what is the meaning of syntax, then it's useless. You don't know the meaning of syntax. I mean, it means it is not waste. It means you will learn, but that will take some more time. Okay, that will take some more time. That means if you don't know the any knowledge of programming, that is also okay. You can learn, that is no issue. But that will your learning time will be increased. Okay. If I'll explain you SQL like SQL index, but you should know the meaning of index. I'll explain you SQL operator. You should know the meaning of operator. I'm explaining and I'm writing that see the code is it, but you don't know what is the meaning of code. Then it will be it will means it will take a lot of time for you to learn. So you should know at least basic terms of the programming. Like what is the body, okay, what is the header. So basic terms you should know. Then it will be easy for you to learn something. Okay. But if you don't know the basic terms, then also it's okay. But that will be difficult for you. Means you have to pause the video and you have to think. Okay, what is this operator? Uh, what is the meaning of this syntax? What is meaning of view? What is meaning of create? What is meaning of alter? What is meaning of update? Okay. These are the basic terms which will use in this aspect. Okay. Next is this is the first prerequisite. Next prerequisite is basic knowledge of Microsoft Excel. Basic knowledge of Microsoft Excel. You know, Excel is used for some tabular type data. If you remember how Excel looks, Excel is like this. There is Excel sheet, spreadsheet you can say. Okay. There are some rows and there are some columns. See, SQL is a RDBMS language. In detail, we'll learn in the particular lecture. SQL is a RDBMS. RDBMS is a relational database management system. RDBMS language. Okay, means here data is stored in the form of table. Data is stored in the form of table. And suppose this is a table. In table, there are some rows and there are some columns. Okay. In a table is a collection of rows and the columns. Okay. So how table looks, what do you mean by the column, what do you mean by the rows? You should know how to create any file in Excel. In Excel, how to means we will learn in SQL how to insert data, how to update data, how to delete data, how to create table, how to update table, how to means we have to work on tables. Okay, all the programmings are related to table, and tables are created in Microsoft Excel. And generally, it will not use any languages. So we do this in our Microsoft Excel. So Microsoft Excel means you should know what the meaning of table. Okay, how table create means you have to create a table of like you have to create a table of a student. Okay, for a student table, what parameters you know means what is the header means. Okay, what is the title of particular column? Okay, so for that you need student ID, student name. Okay, your student age. If you are creating a table of database for students' detailed information, so you know address. Okay, address, then location, country, city, phone numbers. So many parameters. So how to create table? You should know the basic logic behind that. If logic is not clear, then learning programming is difficult. Okay. Means you want to make a query of SQL database for SQL, or you want to print a table of students for results, how much marks they scored in the particular subjects, what is the average marks, what is the greater mark, like that. So first you know how to create the table by your own. If you know the concept of creating table by your own, means the logic is clear, then you can write query in the SQL and programming. You are understanding what I want to say. Okay, means as in SQL program, you will just write create table and table name A, suppose. Create table A. Okay, and it table I want to insert into values. Which type of values? What are the columns? Insert into values. But what values you will insert? For that, you should know what are the columns. Okay, suppose the column is of ID. Then values will be in integer 1, 2, 3, 4. If it is a name, then these characters you will insert like Ravi, Rajesh, like that. Okay. So I just want to say this is the total SQL is a RDBMS, Relational Database Management System, the RDBMS language. There we are dealing with a table, so you should know the logic of table. Okay. I mean Microsoft Excel is you don't have to deal with Microsoft Excel. Everything you have to do in SQL only. But in Microsoft Excel means you should know how to create table by your own, means logics. What are the tables? What do you mean by the rows? What do you mean by the columns? Okay. So if you know the logic, then you can fire a query very well. That will be easy for you. Nothing is like that if you don't know have anything, so you cannot learn. No, nothing like that. If you don't have the knowledge of how to create tables or how to create programming, then also you can learn, but that will be difficult for you because that will take some time. And tide makes coffee. So experience or practice. So if these are the requirements you will fulfill, then it will be easy. Basic knowledge of database. Database means database, data, database, some information. Base is a collection of information. Okay? Database means we are dealing with a database. SQL is a dealing with a database means suppose for a college you want to have the database of all the students. Not only students, you have the database of all the teachers. For any company, there should be a database of all the employees. Okay, there are joining information, their salary information, their retirement information, like this. So data is basically a collection of information. Data is the information based the collection of information. Got it? You understand what I want to say? Data is an information and base is the collection of the information. So how to gather the information means what basic knowledge of database. What is database? Suppose like a doctor want to do an operation of the patient. Okay, any operation. He can't do operation directly. Why? First, he or she should have the detailed information of the patient. Okay, like their health conditions, the whole reports, means whether that person can tolerate that operation or not. Okay, all type of information. Because without prior information, he can't do any operations. He should know the detail of it. Similarly here, without the knowledge of database, how you will create query for that particular database? Okay. Like that, I'm giving you some sums, okay, and you don't know the formula, how to apply the formula, or you don't know the formula, then how you will solve the sum? You know the sum is formula based, but you don't know the formula. Like that, if you don't know the knowledge of database, then how you will deal with the database? Because SQL is we are totally dealing with the database only. We are totally dealing with the database. So knowledge of database is very, very important. It's very, very, very important. Okay. Database like whatever employee database, company database, customer database. Okay. Everything. So these are the prerequisites. Now we will see the detailed information. I mean, not detailed, detailed contents, the title of content. What is the syllabus? What is the contents, the technical details of the particular course? Okay. The course is divided in the 11 modules. And these are the module-wise information. Or you can say chapter-wise information, lesson-wise information, or module-wise information. Okay. So module 1 is related to fundamental data. Since this is the subject SQL database. So SQL database means first we should learn what is database, then we will jump to SQL. So first we should know, have the knowledge of what is database. These are the contents of this module 1. The contents means what is database introduction. As I told you, data is a collection of the information and database is a collection of data. The whole data is treated as a particular unit. Okay? Means database is an organized collection of data. Not only connection of information, organized collection means it's a proper way. Okay, so database is an organized collection of data treat it as minute. And actually, the purpose of database is easy to store data, easy to retrieve. Retrieve is getting the data, okay, and easy to manipulate the data. Okay, remember these three words: easy to store data, easy to retrieve data, or easy to manipulate data. That is SRM. SRM. Easy to store data, easy to retrieve data, easy to manipulate data. SRM. Remember. Okay? That is the main purpose of any databases. That is the main purpose of any databases. Okay, what is the purpose? Easily we can store data. Easily we can store data. Easily we can retrieve. Retrieve is the data is stored somewhere and you want to fetch the data. Data is saved somewhere. Data is saved somewhere at a particular location. Now we want to get that data. We want to see the data. That is called retrieving. Retrieving is like receiving. So easy to receive data, retrieve data. And third is easy to manipulate data. Means this data is stored and I just want to change something in data. Okay, like I'm having the database of employee, the employee number, employee name, okay, employee's address, location, employee salary is there. But after 1 year, according to performance, I want to change the salary. So I just want to change this parameters, salary. Okay, in the table is same, but only now salary change. Salary increases by 10% or 5%. That is called updating or manipulating. So any type of database, but the main purpose of any database is to store the data, to retrieve the data, or to manipulate the data in easiest way. Okay, database means store the data, retrieve the data, manipulate the data as easy as possible. That is the database. And now in database, there is a DBMS and RDBMS. You will this DBMS and RDBMS. DBMS means database management system. Database is the collection of information. Management system is like this: manage to store, manage to retrieve, manage to manipulate. Are you getting what I want to say? Data means information. Database means collection of information in the organized way. And for management, as for system management system means how to manage that database so that we can easily store the data, we can easily retrieve the data, we can easily manipulate the data. Means we can easily fire the query how to store the data. We can query means everything in form of query. That is the program only. But here SQL will write will say always query. We write any statement is we are finding a query. So don't be confused why I'm again and again taking the name of query. Okay, SQL is structured query language. Everything is in the form of query only. So when you write any code, like in C++ query or any programming, you just write any code line by line. We just say that code, but here we'll say a query. Whatever programming or whatever code we are writing, we'll say always query. So whenever I say query, don't be confused. Okay, say query means I'm talking about the programming. So take DBMS, database management system. D for data means information. DB means the collection of information in the organized way. MS means management system, is manage that database. Manage that database. How to manage? So that we can easily store the data. We can easily retrieve the data. We can easily manipulate the data. That is DBMS. Okay. Next is RDBMS, Relational Database Management System. Relational means there should be some relations between the data. And relations are always in the form of tables. Because here every row is related with the columns. Every row is related with the columns. So here in RDBMS, we'll deal with the data that is in the form of table. We deal with the data that is in the form of table. R for relational, that is table. D for data. B for base, database, with the collection of that information in the form of table. Okay, organized form. MS management system is manage that data in the form of table, so that again we can easily store the data that is table, easily retrieve the data that is table, easily manipulate the data that is a table. So everything, whether you are saving or storing something, that is also in the form of table. You want to access something, want to retrieve something, that is also in the form of table. And manipulation is also in the form of table, means you are updating any parameter in the particular table. Okay, that is RDBMS. And remember, the SQL is a RDBMS language. Then we will see the difference between DBMS and RDBMS system. Okay. Then install the software, create the analytic database. If I'm talking about the database and how to create database in your server. Okay, so what is the software requirements? We will see here. Then we will install that particular software. Then we will see how to create database, and we will create some database also. Okay, we will create some database. So module 1 deals only with the database. Okay, module 1 will deal with the database. Next, module 2, now we are learning the subject SQL database. So database, we are learning the subject SQL database. So database is covered in module 1, that is introduction. Now in module 2, we'll learn the SQL introduction. Then it will be SQL database. The syllabus is SQL database. So module 1 deal with the SQL, database. In module 2, you will learn SQL. So the 2.1 deal with the introduction of SQL. SQL means not only definitions, what is the history behind SQL, how it's invented, what are the features of SQL, what are the shortcomings, advantages, applications. Everything we will learn in this introduction of SQL. Then we will see SQL keywords. Okay, just like in other languages, here also there are some keywords. SQL constant. Constant means rules and regulations. Constant means rules and regulations. Means there are some predefined rules or some rules we want to apply. So, we are going to create a table. Okay, we want to insert the data of students. But constant rule is the age of the particular student should be greater than 18 only. That is a constant. If you want to insert the data in particular table of student, okay. So what is constant? Age should be greater than 18. Next constant, I can say that for giving admission to any particular child in nursery, the minimum age should be 3. That is a constant. That is a rules and regulation. Restriction. The person is from India only. So country restriction is India only. So constant means some rules and the regulations. Okay. So what type of different constant we will learn? That is learn here. That is SQL constant. Okay, we will learn here in the chapter 2, 2.3, module 2, chapter number, and subtopic is 2.3, SQL constant. Okay. Next, we will see data types. Data types, what is the basic programming of data type? Data, anything we are entering from the keyword, that is data. Of data, we can enter either 1, 2, 3. We can enter 1, 2, 3, 4, ABCD. We can enter the dollar and sign. So these are the types of data. Data types of data. Data can be integer, that is whole digit number. Data can be floating number like 1.4, 2.4. It can be characters, ASCII code, string. What type of data type? Like varchar, variable character, fixed character. So data types you will learn here, and how to write comments, or how to make any syntax or any statement, make its comments how, or single line comments or multiple line. Okay. Because comments are important when there is any program or any query. To understand that query without the knowledge of that particular target, for that we are going to create a particular knowledge of database. So it will be difficult to get the information. But if comments are there for after every small code, a small piece of the code, then you can understand, oh, this is the query for this purpose, this is the query for this purpose. Okay, so comments are easy for presentation also. You are going to present your code to some in front of anyone. Then to explain that code that this part is for this one, the comments are important. Okay, so how to write comments? We will see here in the chapter number module 2. Now next is module 3. Now we are having the basic knowledge of this SQL and database. What is SQL? What is database? That is an information, introduction. Okay. What is SQL? What is database? You have only introduction. Now the actual time how to write the query. See, the numbers are wrong here. I have to change it. Yes, so the module 3 is now actually, now you have to write the query. Means actual programming will start from this module 3. Okay, so here one line statements are there. That is SQL statement. Means if you want to create a table, then you have to write the statement create table. Okay. So that is divided in subcategories. DDL, that is called data definition language. Data definition language. Here the statement will be create, alter, rename, drop. Got getting my point? Okay. Like if you want to create table, you have to give the command like create table. So this is a create is a statement. Okay, for creating a table. For deleting the table, this is a statement drop, and then table name. Then if you want to change any data, then you have to give the statement alter table name. Okay, if you want to rename, then rename the table. These are different statements. So DDL is a data definition language. Define data. A data definition language. Okay. Then there is a DML, data manipulation. Means you have created a table. Okay, create a table with name and the rows and columns. Now you want to insert data. That is called manipulation. DML, data manipulation language. Here the statements are like insert some values, insert data, okay, update data. These are the statements for DML. Insert data, update something, update data. Okay. EQL, data query language. Query language means now you have stored data. Data is somewhere. Now you want to see that data. That is, you have to use the command select. Select star from then database here. Then TCL is transaction control language. The statements are commit, rollback, set, checkpoint. This is TCL. Then DCL is data control language. Data control language like grant, provoke. You want to grant some permission like. Okay. Then SQL expression like Boolean type expression, numeric expression, date type expression, time type expression. So how to define the expression? We're getting means module 3 will start the actual programming. Okay, we'll start the actual code. So before learn how to write a query, you should learn how to, what are the different statements we are going to use for writing any query. Means you want to create the table, then you have to write query, create, then table. Okay. So what is create? So first you should know what are those statements we are going to use. So the statements are DDL, data definition language, data manipulation language, okay, data query language, transaction control language, data control language, and these are the expressions. This is model 4. Model 4 is SQL operators. Okay. SQL operators means we are going to perform some operations. Okay, these operations can be like you want to find the addition, subtraction, multiplication, division. So first is arithmetic operators, comparison operators. That means you are having the data of, suppose for students you are having the marks of physics, marks of maths. There is some issues with mouse, don't worry. Physics marks is there, maths marks is there, chemistry marks is there. Now there is a table column total. You want to add this physics marks, maths marks, and chemistry marks for getting the total of PCM. Well, that is so. You know that plus operator, the add operator is required. So how to deal with that operator? Okay. Comparison operator, you want to compare whether physics marks is better or maths marks is better. Comparison operator. Logical operator means logical ending. If data is in form of pilot, bitwise operator, XOR operation, OR operation, AND operation. So these module 4, we will learn in detail the operators, all types of operators. Okay. Arithmetic means plus, minus, multiplication, division, modulus, remainder. Comparison means greater than, less than, greater than equals to, less than equals to, not equals to. Logical, logical and logical or, bitwise and operation, bitwise or operation, bitwise XOR operations. So these operations are detailed and with SQL query. Here with the examples. We means we will do the practicals properly with demonstration of each and every operators. So module 4 deal with the SQL operators. Then is module 5 is SQL class. Module 5 is SQL class. Class means, if you remember, there are some clauses in any program. Okay, clauses you understand. Like group by class means you want to fetch some data. Okay, you want to fetch some data from the database. And you want data group wise. Group wise means you are having, suppose student ID you are having, names you are having, phone number you are having, age you are having, okay, and marks you are having. Okay, now you want to make a group of strong students, average students, weak students. You have to apply the filter of marks only. So you will write query group wise. Means you will filter this database group by marks. Okay, in detail we will see so many examples when we learn this particular chapter, this particular video. But group by meaning is we are filtering something group wise. Means we are grouping this by marks. Having clause means now if grouping is done, means you have filtered data, you have written group by marks. But in marks, we are applying having greater than 30 marks. No, sorry, less than 90 marks or greater than 90 marks. Greater than 90 marks means this is the best category. Strong student. So having marks greater than 90 is a strong student. Having marks greater than 60, it's an average student. And having marks greater than 30 and less than 50, then it's a weak student. We have to take some remedial lectures in the classes, like that. So having that condition. Order by means you want an ascending order or descending order. You want detail order, either ascending order and detail. These are the clauses. Then we will learn in detail in the next chapter. Okay, that is module 5. Then next is module 6. Module 6 is function. Okay. Function. So here in detail we will learn SQL functions. Functions can be like aggregate function. Aggregate function is minimum, maximum, average, total count, average count. You know, just like a student data, we want how many average students are there in the class. Okay. What is the maximum marks scored by the student? What is the minimum marks scored by the student? Or for the employees table, what is the minimum salary? What is the average salary of clerk? Like that. Table value means there is inline table values function, how to return the table type. String function, server date function, date formats there. So how to create the functions that we learned in chapter number 6 or module number 6. Now, module 7 is with SQL joins. You know joins? Join means suppose like this is a table A and this is table B. We are joining both tables. That is called join. Simple. This is table A and this is table B. We are joining this. This is called inner join like this. Left outer join means the whole left. Right outer join means whole right. Full outer means full everything. Self join, union, cross join, everything means what is the relations between. If you learn the sets, if you have learned set, intersections, union. If in mathematics, if you have learned mathematics, then you have learned the term sets, collection of something, set, collection of something. There are two sets. So this is, if you remember, this is an intersection between two. Union means everything. Intersection is a common thing. So if you know the terms, then it will be easy. If you don't know the terms, then also you can learn. Don't worry about that. So relation between two tables, that is defined by joins. Then how to extract information for this join, we'll learn this module number 7. Okay. Next is module number 8, SQL subquery. Subquery means query inside the query. Okay. Means if inside query will not run, then outside query will not run in any. Okay. Select me subquery like you are having the data of particular class A. So I want the data of class A if there are any students who is getting, means who got the marks greater than 90. Only then only I want data of this class. There are classes A, class B, class C, class D. I want the data of particular class only. Whenever there is a student who get maximum marks greater than 90. Suppose in class B, there is no person, no student who is having marks greater than 90. Then I don't want this data. So I want the data of particular class, but the condition is if anyone having greater than 90 marks. So this is the subquery. If subquery will run, then only the outer query will run. Okay, that we will learn in module number 8. Module number 9 is we'll learn the trigger. Trigger means like excitement. Trigger means if I'm changing something, then automatically this event should happen. That is called trigger. If I'm changing something, automatic this condition should happen. That is called trigger. Okay, so how to create trigger, how to insert trigger, how to delete trigger, instead of delete trigger, instead of update trigger, that we will learn in this module number 9. Module number 10 is the procedure. SQL procedure. So what do you mean by procedure? How to create procedure? If we are creating procedure, so how to deal with procedure with single parameter, how to deal the stored procedure with the multiple parameters. So this is called the procedure. So module 10 deals with SQL procedure. Okay. Now module 11, how to deal with index. Index, 1, 2, 3, that is numbering. So how to create index in any particular table. Because indexing is very easy to access the data. Index is like your book. In the book, there are suppose 10 chapters. In 10 chapters, there are sub-chapters, 10.1, 1.1, 1.2, 2.3, 4. Like in my PPT also. Chapter number 11, 11.1. Okay, so if you want to get some information about the chapter number 5, the sub-chapter is 5.3. So you will see the index chapter 5.3, the topic is this and page number this. So indexing is for faster like execution. Okay, so how to create the index? View is you have stored something, so how to view that? That is SQL view. So this is the total brief introduction about the syllabus. Okay. Now course objective. Course objective is like modules. Okay. Means this is the objective from my side. If I'm teaching the subject to you, so these are the objectives. If I'll explain you module 1, the introduction database, then this is my objective, my motive, that to understand basic concept data management system is you should be able to understand what is database. If I'll ask you, please explain me database, and you are able to explain it. That is a motive to understand basic concept of database management system. If I'm explaining introduction of SQL, then you should learn SQL, that is structured query language, either up to intermediate level or up to advanced level, depends on your learning, but you should learn. Okay, you are able to learn. Then this is introduction. Now, if you are able to write query, I mean, the module 3 is SQL table and all. So after teaching that thing, you should be able to learn how to retrieve and manipulate data from one or more table. If I'll explain your operator, then you should be able to write data retrieval queries with operators and evaluate the results. Because you should evaluate, you should understand what should be the output, what is expected output, what you are getting, whether you are getting correct output or not, like that. Be able to write SQL subquery with all the classes, like group by class, how to apply group by class, how to apply having class, how to apply order by class. Okay. And you should be able to understand the concept of SQL function, join, procedure, indexes, view. Is after learning all the 11 modules, these are my side of course objective. These should be covered. If I explain you, you should be learn these objective. This is the course outcome. Those outcome is when you will learn. Okay, that was when I teach. This is when you will learn. When you will learn database, then you can easily demonstrate the concept of database management system. When you will learn SQL, then you are able to write query. Okay. When you will learn to fire the query, then you can easily able to retrieve the query. You can evaluate. This is the evaluation phase. This is the learning phase. Learning phase is the evaluation phase after learning. So you can you should be able to evaluate data related queries with the operators and evaluate the results. construct SQL queries, sub-queries, that's important topics. Apply the concept of SQL function, join, view, index procedure, and your queries. These are the course outcomes when you will learn the subjects. So what is the importance of that subject? Okay, so when you will learn this subject, then you can easily demonstrate any query. You can learn all the concept. You can apply the concept while firing any query. Software means Microsoft SQL Server Management Studio. I'll explain you in this particular software. Otherwise, you can use MySQL also or MS Access. MySQL is also open source software by Oracle. For my subject, I'll show you everything on this Microsoft SQL Server Management Studio. I'll show you how to install this particular software. Okay. Syntax are approximate same. Either use Microsoft SQL Server or you use MySQL. Okay. But there are minor difference. But I'll show you in this particular software, Microsoft SQL Server Management Studio. Okay. References, these are for making slides. I have taken some references from these or you can refer these references or some RIP tutorial, some Wikipedia, or something I have taken from w3schools.com also. Okay? So these are the references. I hope you will learn and you will enjoy the subjects. So we'll wait for you in the next lecture. Till that time, God bless you. Thank you so much. Bye-bye. Take care. We'll meet in the next lecture. Bye.